heavyweight champion of the world, Dr. Steel Hammer, Vladimir Klitschko.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of Box Talk. Guys, it's the final edition of This Week of Boxing for the year. So thank you all for watching for the past year. We appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
You guys are great. Let's be honest, you guys are great. Know what I mean? So we appreciate the support like always.
Yes.
Before we start with the fights, victory is good. Victory is good.
Yeah, whatever. Revenge for Quick Frampton coming up.
Never.
Revenge. It's 1-1, by the way.
It is 1-0.
I stole one from the Brook Porter fight.
Yeah.
And Ryan got this one. They got Cotto Alvarez.
Yep.
And I think Quick Frampton, I think, will be the 50-50 fight out of all of them. Because I think Porter was probably just edging favourite.
Yeah.
Canelo was favourite.
Yeah.
I think this one is kind of like split 50-50 now. It was way favourite Frampton. Now Quick has brought it back. So it's a 50-50 one. So we might have to up the ante and... Remy V. I think we're going to do Remy V.
Remy V. All right, then. I don't mind. I need a new bottle, so it's all right.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see, my friend. We'll see.
And while we're talking about beef, let's just quickly end this over quickly.
Can we stop? Walshy, stop this black on black crime thing you're doing right now.
Yeah. Mate, you have got the big shots this year. I'll give you that. Round of applause.
Yeah.
But fight for fight, you ain't winning.
No, you know what I'm about to say though? You know it's very true though. I was thinking about this the other day. I was going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
But I would say about 80% of the fights that happen, we're on the same team. That's why it's very, very close anyway. You think about it.
It's close. No, it's close. No.
I'm definitely winning.
No, you're definitely not winning.
I'm definitely winning. We're gonna add up.
No, okay. It's close.
Last year you murdered me.
Yeah.
Last year I'll give you murdered me last year.
Yeah.
I was a boxing novice last year. This year I've improved. And I'm telling you now, I'm winning because of the big fights.
Nah, no big fights, but big fights is still a single fight. Don't get more points for the big calls.
Agreed.
Yeah. So,
Agreed.
But good competition.
Thank you. I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I'm just a sore loser. Yeah. All right. Let's start with this week's fights. So many fights. So it's results and a few reviews. Let's be honest. Yeah. Shane Mosley won.
He did.
Was it a 10th round stoppage?
10th round stoppage.
Yeah.
4 knockdowns.
4 knockdowns. Apparently he didn't look good in the first half of the fight, but kind of like got into second gear.
Always find that strange when someone of that age can do that.
Yeah.
But no, regardless, it's a good win. This is obviously what he was talking about when he says he's got a fight in December already booked.
Yeah.
So if Liam Smith can't happen, he's already got something.
No, but that's what he was saying. He was saying that he doesn't mind fighting Liam Smith, but he can't have an immediate rematch because you already had the fight booked for December and one for March.
Okay.
So he was saying that he will cancel the December fight, but if you want a rematch, it has to be in like June or July. Based on the performance, I think they made a big mistake. Liam Smith looked really good last night, we will get to it in a minute, and Mosley didn't look particularly good, which we all knew, but it would have been a good spectacle to have over here.
But with Mosley knocking someone down 4 times, regardless of who the opposition is, that power threat's still there with Mosley.
Yeah.
You know, that power threat's still there. 154, he's coming to the ring at 160-ish.
Yeah.
Hits you on the chin, you never know, and I feel like that's why they've done a rematch clause.
Yeah.
If Warren is as confident as he is, scrap the rematch clause and just put your boy in with him. Done a rematch clause because, again, they think it's still a risky fight.
So, the problem is, with Mosley, Mosley's similar to what we saw in Klitschko, is that he's at that age now where he knows what he wants to do. If he doesn't have the opportunity to throw the shot, he won't throw it. So Mosley's a little bit hesitant. That's where Klitschko was, where he knows what range and what time and the distance he needs, and if he doesn't have it, he doesn't throw it.
One thing about Mosley, though, and this is throughout the years, even when he was at his peak, if he's not scared of it, he'll throw.
Oh yeah.
When he's scared of you, the people that he says has been tentative with, no disrespect, Pascal, Mayweather, and Canelo.
Canelo, yeah. But even Canelo, he did go for it with Canelo. He did try.
Exactly. I don't think he'll be tentative against Liam Smith. I don't think he'll think all this power, or you know. I think he'll just start, go ahead with it. So, anyway, such opportunity missed, and I don't think they're going to get it again.
No, they won't get it again. Also, I think it was Friday night. Zaloni Tete, the guy that beat Paul Butler, he fought as well, won the decision. You know they stripped him of the title because they wouldn't fight Mick Joe Arrow, the Golden Boy guy.
Yeah.
You know why they stripped him?
Why?
You know what the purse bid was for it from Golden Boy?
10,000, something stupid.
25,000. By that, but he won, looked good. It's supposed to be Sammy Frank Warren now, so he's fighting on these shores apparently. So didn't see the fight, but I'll be looking out for it.
Well done, Tete.
Let's go with Saturday night fights and let's go with UK card first. We're part of the UK card. Yeah. Tom Stalker versus Craig Evans.
Okay.
Rematch, draw again in a really good fight. Do you really have to do it a third time? It's a good fight, nothing's wrong with the fights, but 2 draws in a row?
No. Just that their styles clash, it probably always will be there.
Yeah.
a lot of
you could take credit off a draw and say, look, I didn't lose.
Tom Stalker won't, because people are very high on Tom Stalker.
But you still get 2 draws in a row. It kind of stalled your career, so I don't.
Big time.
You know what I mean?
And it just no one progresses. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people on Twitter about Tom Stalker, and they're like, he's not as good as they thought he was. Obviously, he was the British captain for the Olympic Games, and he was with Eddie for a while. Yeah. Injuries kind of stopped him. Then he went to Frank, and then went for OK. Then he got beat, and then he's had 2 draws.
He got beaten like his 10th or 11th.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, they kind of derailed it a bit, and he was one of the. This is what happens when you stay amateur for such a long time. He's one of the older pros. Yeah. Or the older amateurs. So I'm really still not sure what level he has. He puts it all well together. I look at him and think, my God, he puts it well together. But then he's kind of struggling right now at this kind of British level, entry British level. Yeah. So I'm not sure what to do with him.
I'm not sure what to do with him, but I think it's one of the situations there whereas you got 2 draws, call it a day, move forward, Definitely. And you never know, you might come back, because what will happen is that whoever if everyone was to win the 3rd fight, he will say, well, I really won the other 2 because of the draw, and it kind of hurts your reputation. Right now, no one's really hurt. You provide a good entertainment, call it a day.
Yeah, you're right. I think people just expected more from an Olympian. Yeah. But like we've always said in this, boxing's a tough sport. You know, whatever level you're at is whatever level you're at. It's not a problem. It's not a shame.
Listen, when you're Olympian, that's an achievement. When you're putting on good entertaining fights and you go in somewhere, not everyone could be a world champion. Not everyone could be British champion or European champion. Those are very, very long journeys.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You know what I mean?
I don't think he's going to get that.
Okay. Also last night, the Fat Warren card, let's go through it quickly. Paul Butler fought as well in there. He got a 6-round win. Watched part of the fight, didn't get full house, didn't get to see the full fight, but looked like a decent performance. Not sure where he's going right now. You don't go from world titleist to potential 2-weight titleist. Then since he's lost to Tete, he's been having these kind of warm up, mid-tier, just passing. Yeah, about 3. It's like also just ticking the time over. It's like you're former world champion, you're top 10 ranked. You can do more. And his placement on the card was really, really low. The card started at 5 o'clock in the evening. I think I put it on at about 6 o'clock. His fight was on about 6 o'clock. His fight was on before 7 o'clock. Main event was not till after 10 o'clock. So for a former world titleist, that placement right there, I don't think is good.
I agree. Completely agree. Look, yes, Tete beat him, and he has a dominant performance. But like you say, this is the guy that was going for a 2-weight world titleist. And the drop-off is just ridiculous. I mean, the drop-off in terms of level of opponents is ridiculous, and the drop-off in terms of card placement. Card placement is always a show as to where you are thought of by your promoter, as far as I'm concerned. You're right up there, and the card, you're still highly thought of. You're kind of below, it's like, unless you're a last-minute addition to the card, like a Chisora or Paulie Malignaggi, I get it. If you're not, and you've been thought of for that card, and you're that low down, I don't get it.
My thing is that you're a former world titleist, and you've got profile. You could say that you could promote it, that he was going to be the youngest 2-time world champion we had, and there always things you could promote and sell at. When you put on the card that early, chances are it's to a half-empty arena. So you're not really getting real boxing fans to see you. You're getting your friends or your family or the supporters that will see you, but actually the general guys who don't know all the sports, the casual fans, they won't know who you are.
Yeah, I mean, people have already said, with regards to kind of, if you're going to compare Sky Sports to Box Nation, people already said if you're on the Box Nation, it's hard to kind of get the casual fans to watch it, because not a lot of people sign up to Box Nation. But those that would have signed up to Box Nation, they ain't watching that card from that early on. I mean, unless they're fight addicts like you, they're not watching that early on. And so Paul Butler was on a card yesterday. Honestly, 90% of people would have thought, really? Didn't know.
And also on that card, Jack Catterall won. I think it was the 3rd or 4th round stoppage. That was, again, not a bad performance. Again, early on the card, but early on the card for me, I think, but good performance still.
No, it's good result. Let's see what he does next. It's always what he does next with these kids. Let's see what he does next.
Who was on the card? Mitchell Smith.
Yeah, Mitchell Smith. I'm very high on. Still am very high on. Look, I was watching the build up to this fight, and these two were going back and forth. Not to be fair, I take it back. Mitchell Smith was yapping a bit on Twitter. All the face-to-faces, and he's going to do this and going to do that. And look, that is very well and good when you win. When you lose, you look a bit silly. And to be fair to Mitchell Smith, I've gone on his Twitter timeline this morning. He's like said, you know, I lost, and I was talking a bit of hyping the fight up, so I'm expecting to get a bit of backlash. I think he got Young Boxer of the Year this year. Could be wrong. I think he got Young Boxer of the Year. So I think he did.
I think he did.
He was like the WBO International Champion, one of those silly belts. So it might be a tough rebuilding job for him, because he thought he's way above that level, and obviously sometimes he needs to be pulled down. But let's see what happens with him. Let's see what happens with with Jupp, who beat him. But I think they're going to do the rematch straight away, because I think Mitchell Smith needs to get over that hurdle to kind of really see where he is, because he was calling that some silly names before. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I heard from his mouth, Lomachenko. I heard a lot of things. Bring it back a little bit. Let's start again. Let's go to the basics, and then let's focus on the fighting rather than the tweeting and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Some fighters are very good at that. Some fighters need to sell fights, and I get that's the way you do it. But some fighters you don't hear a peep from them, i.e. the Lomachenko's of the world, Nicholas Wards of the world, and they get the job done.
Yeah.
So, you know, it can go both ways.
Nah, good point. So much fights to do, so can't go through everything completely. But let's start going to the main events on the UK side. Let's go with Liam Smith versus Jim Kelly. I like Liam Smith, you know that already. I think another solid performance. Jim Kelly wasn't the best opposition, wasn't the name, but I think Liam Smith boxed well again. You know what I mean? So I tell you what, every time I watch Liam Smith, I just look at different elements. He's got a high guard, and he's catching shots, but he's walking you down, and he's using that jab and single jab and double jab, and he works the body well all the time. I mean, yes, at 154 the division's stacked, but I'm telling you right now, I cannot count him as an underdog against anyone. He boxes so well. Seriously, brother. He boxes well. He boxes well, bro.
I count him as an underdog against anyone in 154.
He might be an underdog, yeah, but I'm not counting him out. I'm not counting him out.
He's a good boxer, but I can't give too much plaudits for beating a guy that we didn't know about.
No,
we didn't know about Jim. Let's have it straight.
Yeah.
We didn't know about Jim Kelly.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna get excited because they had a little headbutting war in the press conference to start building the fight up.
Oh, Jim Kelly did headbutt him, though.
Yeah.
Headbutt him. No, in the fight.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, in the fight. What round was it? Mid-round, like proper headbutt, like refs were like, what are you doing?
Yeah. See, I like Liam Smith, not as much as you, but again, like you said, the 154 division is super stacked. Yeah. And Jim Kelly, I can't remember where he was ranked in the 154 division, but it's hard for me to give.
WBC had him at number 8. Yeah.
But it's hard for me to give plaudits to anyone that beats anyone that isn't really ranked that high in any division when there are notable opponents out there. Molina would have been the good one. Obviously, there were visa problems. That would have been the one I would have thought.
I agree with you, but like I keep saying recently, like I said, when you change, you start looking at the other thing. There's certain fighters that no matter who they fight, you can look at them and say, guess what? They've got the goods. You know they've got the goods, you know what I mean? And Liam Smith's got the goods.
No, we said that, and we said that about Golovkin, and we said that against Ortiz, but even those are for higher opposition.
We said about Lomachenko, you don't have to have 100 fights or 100 marquee names. You could tell when someone's got real talent. And I'm not talking about being the fastest guy or the athletic guy, I'm talking about solid boxing ability. Good defense, you know what I mean? Good jab, good balance, the composure and the understanding of what he's trying to do. I like it.
Jim Kelly.
I know, but still I like it.
That's what I'm going to say on that one.
Yeah, I like
Jim Kelly. He's called out after the week. Who did he say? Who did he say he wants next?
I didn't hear.
He didn't call out Cotto, but he said I wouldn't mind that fight soon.
I think that's a fight Cotto will take.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Cotto would like another world title if he's going to hang around.
He doesn't care about titles.
Yeah, well, another world title he'll hang around. And he's done before. Remember when he bring over
that was years ago, Jennings.
Yeah, Michael Jennings.
That was after Margarita.
No,
that was 10 years ago.
I'm just saying. That's
Cotto with no. I think Cotto now just wants money fights. Yeah, I don't think Smith's a money fight at all.
I don't think it's a money fight, but I think Cotto would definitely want a world title at his weight class.
The only way Liam Smith gets the title is if he travels. Obviously, we know that Cotto's not coming over here. Yeah. So, like, Liam Smith will get poor money, which you don't care about. It's fighting and go Cotto Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. And poor money will be good money compared to what?
Yeah, it'll be really lowball money, but yeah, it'll be something. I don't know. I don't even know if Cotto's going to fight again. We'll see anyway. I'm not even sure what his things. Yeah. But no, I don't think. I don't think it was that fight.
Let's go for the main event on the UK side.
Yeah.
And I won this one. I won a big one.
You won a big one?
Yeah.
Biggish.
Yeah.
It's not really a big one, but big.
No, it was a big one. I saw your Twitter feed. This could be the biggest fight out of the bunch this year.
No, you know what I said? I said this could be the I think what I meant was most exciting. I thought both of them will stand and trade, and I thought it could be that. You know, you got the clash of styles and clash of kind of where they are in their career, up and coming versus experience and all that. I thought it could clash. It didn't quite work that way out, but good fight nonetheless.
Billy Joe Saunders done what I said they do. I said he'll pull away a close one. Yeah. Billy Joe Saunders, like I said in the preview video, I don't know why, but he doesn't get no credit on UK pound for pound list, and I don't see why. I watched that fight last night, and I also saw on Twitter as well this morning. People were saying, "Oh, it was a boring fight. It wasn't a great fight." It was a solid boxing performance. What are you talking about, a boring fight? That was because they weren't trying to kill each other. Billy Joe Saunders outboxed Andy Lee. Hurt him, dropped him, nearly stopped him, and then, I wouldn't say coasted, Andy Lee started to try to play a firefight. After he got dropped, he kind of sat back, changed his stance a little bit, and was trying to walk him to a counter. So Billy Joe was smart enough and avoided it. That's called smart boxing. It's called using your ring IQ. You know the guy's loading up on you, don't rush him. Know what I mean? I thought it was smart. And Billy Joe, I think finally he got his training right. He looked faster, yeah? His hand speed was good, and balance was tremendous again.
Yeah, no, I thought about this, Billy Joe, in terms of where they rank him, and I just think it's because Britain has so many world titleists at the moment. Obviously, Billy Joe is now that, but it's hard to rank a guy in the top 10 when all the other guys in front of him have world titles.
Yes or no, it's about skill, it's not about world titles.
Yeah, but you say that, but in terms of, he's beat the British guys.
Yeah, no,
the other guys
I understand that.
Beat someone on the international circuit. That's the only reason I thought about it. Regarding the performance, it was a bit similar though to the Eubank performance with Billy Joe, where I thought the first 6 rounds were just phenomenal. I was watching it thinking,
but I feel like boxing is crap out.
That good, really good. Not even the knockdown, the way he kind of pivoted and bang, and swerved into it. And then after that, there was an element of coasting, but there was also an element of the gas tank again for me. There was an element of the gas tank, and this is my only concern, because he looked as fit as I've ever seen him. He looked fitter than Eubank. He looked strong, he looked big. That's my only concern when he goes against the bigger fighters in the division. Because Andy Lee, as good as as much as I thought Andy was going to win, Andy Lee's just always been able to pull it out of the bag. Pull it out of the bag. He's never stopped, beat someone dominantly. It's always against Jackson when he kind of stopped him when he was getting hit on the ropes. Even against Kobrov, he's been able to pull it out of the bag, and he couldn't do it this time. Against guys, i.e. the Danny Jacobs, maybe even the Peter Quillens, Eubank again, we're going to see 12 good rounds rather than 5 or 6.
I'm telling you right now, Andy Lee was shocked in that fight.
Of course he was. That knockdown hurt him.
No. I don't know if it was the first round or second round. At the end of the round, Andy looked at me just like, all right then, you could box. Kind of nodded his head and nodded. Like, wait a minute, you're really good. Know what I mean? Andy Lee was not expecting that type of performance that early in the fight. Know what I mean? You could see it. And then when he got hurt, he said, wait a minute, this guy's outboxing me and he can hurt me. He tried to play the gunfight, and I'm trying to say, or he was thinking about playing the gunfight, but he wasn't given the opportunity.
I think it's always a problem when someone knocks you down as hard as they knocked you down. To try and play a gunfight with that, those knockdowns were the first.
I thought it was
the first
over.
one was done.
I thought it was over.
He done very well. The first one he was down.
Yeah, he was.
I thought, my God, how did he get up?
Yeah,
it shows how fit he was. But questions of Adam Booth. I've seen a lot of people tweeting like, what were the tactics like? You know, we always kind of give Adam Booth massive plaudits, but no one seems to kind of knock him down when it all goes wrong. Tactics were a bit wrong in that fight, I thought.
So I tell you what,
for an experienced fighter with Andy Lee's reach on the jab, you kind of wonder why he tried to go.
Why you should have played it long. Yeah. The thing about it, I don't like digging on trainers too much. You could train everything you want to do in the camp and tell people what to do and give instructions, but your fighter's got to follow instructions. Yeah. So obviously we don't know what the plan was, what the training was. Yeah. But your fighter's got to know this. Know what I'm trying to say? No matter what, look, I could tell you anything, bro. You could tell me anything, but if you don't follow through with it, it makes no difference.
But I think people were saying about Adam Booth is that when Andy Lee went back to the corner, you didn't. Then again, Adam Booth's not the one to shout. But you didn't hear anything like you're not following instructions. It was almost like, oh, good, well done. So you kind of feel like, was that the idea?
I think obviously they knew they were behind on points.
I think they thought Saunders was going to get a lot more tired and sapped of energy than he did.
Yeah, they knew they were behind on points, but they knew they were creeping back in the later rounds. Not because of Andy Lee won some of the later rounds, but I didn't think he won the fight or was close to winning the fight. I didn't think it was a split, but
was it split or majority?
Majority. Yeah. I don't. But they knew they were catching up on points. Because when you're behind after 5 rounds, you know you got to play catch up. So they were thinking, guess what? Just win these rounds bit by bit.
Who won more of the rounds for you?
Billy Joe Saunders.
Okay. You thought, yeah, easily. Because I think the 2 knockdowns made it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was like, I wouldn't say it was a fight of two halves, but I think from 7 to 12, I kind of had Andy Lee maybe nicking the rounds.
Yeah. See, nicking, not winning.
No, not winning. Nicking.
That's what I'm trying to say. Counting is basic. 1 on 1 equals 2. You know what I'm trying to say, yeah? And that you just got to score fights. But for me, when I'm looking at the fight, the first rounds, Billy Joe Saunders won clean. The second half of the fights, you can make an argument.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You know what I'm trying to say? So if you look at it like that, you say, okay, let's be fair, let's be impartial and say, out of these fights, I gave Andy Lee 5 of the last 6 or 4 of the last 6. You still lost the fight.
Andy Lee retire?
No. I said before years ago. Well, no, I said before when he beat Kovalev that I think that he's now fulfilled his dream because he had the moniker of being a world titleist 10 years ago and he never got it. So I feel that now he got it. he's achieved what he wants. But Andy Lee would not want to go out on a loss, and he's a good fighter. I think he hangs around for one more too. Someone on Twitter, and I tweeted this to Spence, I said, look, people need to start breathe in and calm down. I can't remember what your name was, but he said Billy Joe beats everyone, beats even Canelo. If he boxes for the next, something like that. He boxes, he beats everyone aside from that. I was like, breathe a bit. He's a very good boxer. Yeah, he's very good. But I mean, that marquee level up there is. Look, there's not many greats at the middleweight division right now, so you can clean up very quickly. Yeah. But the ones that are in the top 2 or 3 are very good boxers. That's the problem. That's the problem in the division right now. Whereas, like you said, you've got one dominant fighter ahead of everyone else. Yeah. Know what I mean, Daniel Jacobs put his name as now the second best right now in the division. Second best. Oh, because Canelo's not fighting at middleweight. Canelo's not fighting at middleweight. Okay. Yeah, we're going to talk about that resolution a little later as well for that bloody. 155 is middleweight. 155 is middleweight. 155 is middleweight. Well, that's fine. Let your opponents weigh 160, and you can fight at 155. Yeah, but I mean, what I'm trying to say is that you've got to rate him higher than Jacobs because his last fight was 155. We can't go. I know we want to, but we can't do that. He fought 155. That's middleweight. He is the second best middleweight in the world right now. No, I'll go third, and the reason why I'll go third is that who Canelo beat for the middleweight title was not a legit middleweight either. He fought middleweight. Hold on. Peter Quillen was a legit middleweight and titleist, so I'll give Daniel Jacobs more credit for the Quillen fight. I'll give him more credit. For that I'm saying, but who's the better fighter? No. Right now, as ranking as a middleweight, one fight against Cotto, who's a 154 guy, who weighed 153.5. Nah. Alright, cool. Even though I think Canelo. No, I understand the argument, but I'm just saying so. Cotto weighed 153.5. He didn't even weigh middleweight. Alright, but back to it. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say. I think Billy Joe. I don't want people to get super pumped about that performance. I mean, look, Andy Lee's a good fighter. Yeah. But guys, watch Andy Lee's last 3 or 4 fights. He's almost always come from behind and landed one. Yeah, landed one. Yeah, he's not an elite. But this is what I'm trying to say though. Billy Joe knew how to counter that. Billy Joe's honestly, Tibbs, the whole team. Well done. Yeah, honestly, well done. It was a really good performance, and the money fights are next. It's Frank Warren now with ching, almost like what Hennessy did. Yeah. With Fury, there's now money fights out there. Yeah. Eubank, obviously GGG, forget that one for now, but Eubank, Jacobs, maybe even Quillen. Them two have had some little spats on Twitter. Yeah. Maybe even Quillen, he wants that title. Is that the title That's his title, isn't it? Yeah, it is, yeah. That he threw away. Yeah. He might want that back now after he threw it in the bin. Let's go to the fights in the US Saturday night, and Gamboa came back, won. I think it was a points decision. Not sure to go with Gamboa. Not sure. Yeah. I think he's going to go down as wasted talent overall. As good as he is, he's been so inactive over the past 3 years. Yeah. The loss to Crawford was a good fight. He got a little what's the word? Momentum. Yeah. Then it's dropped again. Yeah. I don't know. As much as I like him, I don't know. Yeah, he's had various issues. Obviously, he's had the PD allegations. He's had trying to go through the weight classes. Yeah. But it's all through muscle rather than just through natural growth. Promotional weight class. Promotional problems. 50 Cent and all that, and the rest of them. I'm not quite sure where he goes either. But regardless, he's still a name. If you put him on a card, he'll still add depth to a card. But whether or not he's going to run for a title again, which he might do, he just needs to know what weight class he's fighting at. Exactly. He needs to know what weight class he's fighting at. Like, you put him in, to me, in the 126. I don't know if he can still make that weight. Yeah. With the likes of... definitely. 126. With 126, the likes of Santa Cruz, Abner Mars, Lee Selby, Lomachenko, Waters of Water coming back down. We've got good fights. We've got good fights. He needs to go back down to that weight class. Yeah. Stay off the Dutch horse meat. Alistair Overeem. Alright then, let's go with also on the card, Gabe Rosado finally gets a win. Bloody hell. Yeah. Over a marquee name, but a marquee name on the comeback. Yeah, a marquee name that we're talking about Joshua Clottey for guys for you don't know. But look, as soon as Joshua Clottey won that Pacquiao lottery money, he has disappeared into wherever. Oblivion, honestly. Being from Africa myself, I know for a fact, I don't know how much you got paid, but I think it was in the region of like 2 million. That's when Pacquiao was high back then. 2 million back home is serious money. Not taking anything away, but you guys know if you're back from back home, that's a lot of money. And to kind of get excited for more fights again when you're going to get paid 200,000, 150,000. Yeah. It's hard. It's difficult. When the money runs thin, you come back. When the money runs thin, he comes back. We saw he done against Anthony Mundine. Yeah. So he was still a live opponent. So well done for Rosado. When was Rosado's last win in a real boxing ring? Exactly. I don't know. No, it's not that. When was his last win against a credible name? So when was his last win? Period. 9 fights ago, maybe.
About 9 fights ago. I think it was before the Golovkin fight.
That was a while.
I think he won and then got the Golovkin fight. He hasn't won since.
The thing about Rosado, I think he's a good fighter. Yeah. But I do think he takes a lot of shots.
Far too many.
And I think he cuts too easy. Yeah. And I think that it's good that he's got the win, but I'm concerned that the win will give him aspirations of taking it further. Every time he stepped up to that elite type level, he struggles and loses. Yeah, he had a couple that were close, and a couple you say, oh, he could have maybe, but could that be said earlier on? Could have, would have, should have, maybe. Touch and go is not really a full win. It's either you won or you lost.
Problem with Rosado, because he's a name and he's a draw. Like you said, they put him in with every marquee fighter. They put him in and they love him. Obviously, we know he's in Creed as well. So he's got all the hype about that, and everyone loves Rosado, that kind of Philly fighter. And his style was entertaining.
He talks a good game as well.
Talks a fantastic game. Yeah, fantastic game.
Know what I mean?
But like you say, this is what happens with him. I mean, we talk about possible opponents with Liam Smith. We mentioned him. 154 Rosado Smith.
Yeah, but then, but again, though, okay, I'm not saying he wouldn't provide a good fight, but you can't bring a guy over for Liam Smith with 10 in his last 10 fights, lost 9. But no, seriously though, come on though, seriously, you couldn't. Listen, if that was anyone else and it weren't Rosado, we would be slating that completely.
Yeah, but if Liam Smith then fought Joshua Clottey, we'd accept that. We'd accept it. We'd accept Clottey. You would, of course, you'd accept Clottey. After you just put Mundine down like 20 million times.
Yeah, I get the point.
He's now beat Clottey.
I get the point. He's
a PBC champion.
I get the point, but still, nah.
But you look at his losses. I mean, you look at Golovkin, Quillen.
No, it's good. It's good fighters. It's good fighters. It's just saying, you know, you look at the record. You have to be honest where it is.
Yeah. What about his mix-up now with new trainer Vargas? Yeah, Vargas is his new trainer.
Fernando Vargas is his new trainer.
Yeah, Fernando Vargas is new trainer. Does that help him or hinder him? Because Fernando Vargas goes to war. And I feel like he needs a defensive coach. He needed me like a Virgil Hunter or something.
Okay, honestly, Fernando Vargas is a great fighter. Love Fernando Vargas. Think he could be a good trainer. Yeah. But Fernando Vargas himself has problems with discipline. Yeah. You've seen his weight. You heard about back in the day of his weight. You also when back in the day he had on the steroids thing as well. I mean, steroids are fresh in boxing in theory. I'm not saying he can't bring nothing to the table, but I would like to see Fernando Vargas what he does in a year's time, 2 years' time with his fighters before I give him any credit or discredit.
Yeah.
Now, then. Let's go with who else is on the card there?
Nicholas Waters.
Listen,
the Axeman. Well, does he do that? I know Hopkins does it, but I think he does that as well.
Alright then. It seems like when you win a fight, hands down, when Harold Letterman has a score 99-91 and they give you a draw, I think you go for robbery of the year.
What was the fight? A draw?
Was it a draw?
It was a draw.
It was a draw.
Okay.
It was a draw. Now I ain't watched the fight as of yet. I haven't had a chance to watch it as early, but apparently disgusting decision. I'm not saying because it's Jamaica, but apparently it's a terrible decision. I read the report on Ring Magazine, read the report on ESPN, read the report on Boxing Scene, and everyone's agreeing like, what the hell's happened last night?
Everyone is saying what's going on. And Nicholas, I saw an interview with him after the fight, and he was like, "Come on, guys." Yeah. And I don't think you lose anything. It sounds stupid. Yeah. Because everyone knows you won. Yeah. You don't lose any momentum. He's not going to lose anything by getting that draw. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't help him, but I don't think he needs to go back down to 126. I know he struggled with the weight. He needs to go back down to. He needs to go back down to 126. He obviously was. I saw interviews prior to the fight. And he's like, this guy. As soon as he feels my power. It's not going more than 4. Yeah. That power might not carry up to 130. Do you know what I mean? Those guys from 130 are coming down from 150 pounds. Yeah, 145, 150. They're big guys. Yeah. You know what I mean? So if he can make 126, I think that's where the money fights are. You look at the 130 division right now, and I'm thinking, who's in it? Yeah. Who actually is in the 130 division?
Good point.
Get down to 126. And those fights are serious there.
I tell you this, like punch stats don't always tell the truth of a fight. But from the stats I saw, it looked like Nicholas Sosa, I think the guy was, landed like 50 jabs. Nicholas Waters landed about the same amount, 60 jabs. In power punches, it was something like 120 to like 260. Yeah. That's like over double. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's a really, really bad stats for a fight you call a draw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're right. But also it shows though, 260 power punches lands and you can't get a guy out of there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everyone knows you're a knockout artist. Maybe you got to start thinking about coming back down if you can.
Yeah, if you can.
Where your power is real.
Yeah. Another thing as well is like at 126, there's so much more options considering the people that are there as well. You know what I mean,
huge amounts.
At that weight, top rank. At that weight, £4 is a lot to lose. You know what I mean, when you're only 130 pounds, but it's literally to touch the scale and touch off.
Yeah, and this should probably come in at 127. I'll accept that.
No, for a big fight, for a big fight, yeah, of course.
I'll accept 127.
Of course, definitely.
And right now, all those fights at 126 are big fights.
Yeah,
all of them are big fights.
There's not one.
It's the toughest division you can get out there. You know, it's really, really difficult that 126 because you got guys that are from 122 that can easily pop up as well.
Yeah.
It's so difficult.
Like I said, argument's sake, depending on how you have your pound for pound rankings, you got 2 of the top 10 pound for pound fighters sitting there.
Yeah.
In Lomachenko and Rigo.
And then you got Gary Russell Jr. as a champion in there. Yes, Lomachenko beat him. Then you got Lee Selby who's in there.
Yeah.
Waters in there. Ademar Santa Cruz. They're in and around that weight class.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
And you got the potential winner of February.
Yeah, Frampton Quigg can go up. They will go up.
Yeah.
It's a big division. Daenerys won the other day at 122. He said, I'm ready to go up.
Yeah, so
I'm telling you, money division, boy.
Yeah, real money. All right, let's go to the main event in America.
It's such a crazy celebration.
I don't want to say we told you so.
Why not?
I don't want to say it went exactly the way I thought, because it did.
Well, why not?
Yeah, because it sounds a little egotistical.
Well, we can end the show. We can be a bit egotistical.
We said, yeah, it's going to be a knockout. Yeah. It's going to be mid-round, and it's going to be basically one-sided. Yeah. And you said that Jennings was mostly was concerned about him, knowing that he didn't want the fight back in October.
Yeah.
In terms of heavyweights, that was one of the most one-sided beatings I've seen. Seriously, this year, Fury was the most impressive beating Vladimir. Yeah. But in terms of heavyweights, you got one guy who apparently was the #1 contender or #2 contender, got smoked and beat up across the whole ring. Yeah. Let's be fair, it is what it was.
I don't want to laugh because it's a professional thing, but did you see when the ref stopped it? Yeah. Jennings screaming, ah! It's almost like, no!
He got beat, and I like Jennings, like I said, I like Jennings, I've never him, but he got beat up, bro. He got beat up. And that uppercut, I don't know how he got up from the uppercut.
What was it? It was 3 uppercuts in a row. I think he went, wait, I'm trying to think his body. So he went back, and then he switched, and then boom.
Listen.
But even the punch to finish it off, and this is why you know it's a good. This is why you know he's a good fighter. To finish off, he went body with the right, and then he hit the left so sharp.
Look, Jennings' legs were gone. I don't hear anyone say back to back. It was a quick stoppage.
Legs were gone. When a fighter, look, people got to understand the legs are gone when the ropes are holding you up. Yeah. If there's no ropes, he falls out.
Jennings done that breath when the referee said, "Are you ready to go?" He went like,
"Do I have to?"
All right then.
Yeah.
I'll try. Yeah. No, I mean, he was done for from that first knockdown. Yeah. King Kong's here.
Said it. And said it. Honestly.
Seriously.
Yeah. This is a case of, and like I think Ryan said it earlier in the video when we mentioned Liam Smith, where, and I agree and disagree with it, but you get the point where I'm trying to make, where you don't have to see these guys fight marquee names to see there's talent. So when people were saying, I think someone on a Twitter page or I can't remember said, you guys are rating him too high. He's not fought anyone in the top 100. Yeah. Okay, but I can still see it.
Someone said he's got no heart like Solis. And like you wouldn't know that until you actually get in there. But you could see the potential was there.
Yeah, honestly, you can see it. And this is the guy that, and I said it before, and I think the guy tweeted Peter Fury, which is a bit silly, but I wasn't saying Tyson Fury was scared of him. I don't think Tyson Fury is scared of any man. I genuinely believe he's not. But I said Tyson Fury said, I don't want that fight. Yeah. It's too risky and no one knows him. So he's almost admitted that it's a too risky fight.
Okay, let's be fair. Look at every heavyweight performance of the past year, 2 years, against 2 top ranked fighters. Have you seen performance like that?
The only one in the past 2 years that's better is...
No, not the better performance.
Yeah, is Pulev Klitschko. I think Klitschko just smacks him down like a little boy.
Dismantled him.
Get out of here.
Dismantled him from the first round.
From the first round.
Nah, good, cool.
That's the only one.
You get my point though. It was
between 2 top 10 guys.
It was super impressive. Honestly. It was super impressive last night.
And people might say, but Brian Jennings isn't. I know people are going to say. I know people are like, Brian Jennings is nothing. Well,
he wasn't nothing. He wasn't nothing on Friday. He wasn't nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
He was going to win.
He was going to win, and you know, what I mean, he took Klitschko points.
Yeah. How many rounds did you give Jennings in that 7?
1.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah.
If that.
Just friendly. I gave him 1 because I thought, you know, he's turned up and he looks in good shape.
Yeah.
Looks in very good shape.
It's Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, but King
Kong's here.
King Kong's there, guys, and he's not going to get a voluntary, we know that, but he's put himself now in a fight. I think 1 more than it's a mandatory for everyone. Okay. And we did say as well that every single governing body is going to strip Tyson Fury of the belt. Yeah. It's just going to happen.
Yeah, you said that.
So believe you me, he's fighting for a world title next year. And good luck to him.
I think it's going to be early. You got Shagayev versus Lucas Brown for WBA something. Regular. Yeah, regular. Yeah. And then you also got Charles Martin and Glasgow
for the IBF.
For the IBF.
So he's mandatory for any of those. Basically.
So basically, there's going to be a few free belts out there. And
didn't he have one of those regular
Golden Boy is going to put money behind it. Golden Boy, with the way it is right now with Deontay Wilder, they're going to try to push to get their heavyweight guy in that position. Yeah. They'll pay for it.
Yeah, Oscar and Bernard just needed to see something that was like, let's put him in against Brian Jones. That's what he can do. Now, like Ryan said, they're going to put every single penny they can. Yeah. Heavyweight boxing is the money division over the years. Yes, the lightweights have taken it, but recently, heavyweight division is still the #1 division in boxing. So now they've looked at a guy that they think genuinely, no BS, genuinely is the #1 heavyweight in the world. They're going to charge all sorts of money. I think he is. I said it.
Yeah, #1. Another thing as well, I said, yeah, they know he's 36. Heavyweight's peak day. They know. Let's be fair. He's maybe got 18 months.
Yeah, of just knocking people out.
And I'm trying to say, yeah, he ain't took no beatings, but your body starts to change when you get close to 40.
100%.
And I think
he's 40.
Yeah, I know you do. But I think definitely.
They're trying to say he's the same age as you. They're trying to say he is the same age as you.
Yeah. No. Let's be honest.
He's trying to say you're older than him.
I'm older than him.
All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I tell you what, before we move forward, Hernandez fought last night as well. Robert Hernandez.
He did.
Won the European title where they stripped off Tepar because Tepar's injured and couldn't pull out the fight.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say the belt's tainted because the champion didn't get to defend it.
Yeah.
But there is a mandatory still. Sorry, not mandatory. Hernandez has to fight Tepar next.
Yeah.
So I think Hernandez is back in the division. I think it's a good mix. He was a good fighter until he got injured.
He was alright.
Yeah, he was a good fighter. Yeah,
he was alright. Derek Chisora beat him.
Yeah, Derek Chisora beat him.
Remember that? What, 7 years ago? That was ages ago.
7 years ago.
It couldn't have been that long, but it felt like.
Yeah, about
when did Chisora fight Vitali, for example?
It was before that. Just
yes, I'm trying to say. Yeah, it feels like 5 years ago, maybe.
5 years ago, yeah.
It's funny because you said it because the European governing body, whatever, released a statement saying that. Because they were talking about Joshua possibly fighting for the European title, fighting Tepar. Yeah. And they said no. Yeah. Tepar's going to come back and get the chance. Yeah. And then they even said then Chisora will get the chance as well. So they scrapped that.
Yeah. So alright, then let's start with the news for the week. And we've got quite a bit, so let's try and get this sorted.
That's what happens when I come to Ryan's house. When someone has kids around, that's why I get fat. That's why I get fat every Sunday when I come to your house. Jeez.
Wait to see the Christmas spread. Alright then, mate. Mick Hennessy wins the bid for Blackwell versus Chris Eubank Jr.
This is a crazy story.
Yeah. Then I got a tweet someone sent to me.
That's what you said.
And it said Chris Eubank Sr. English says, since Matchroom have lost the bid, we are now free of contract from Matchroom. And then I tweeted back, so like, is this a joke? Like,
no, was the words were like, we've terminated or something, terminated our contract.
Terminated our contract. But there's no press release.
Yeah.
There's nothing on none of the reputable websites indicating what's going on.
Yeah. Eddie Hearn released a statement on boxing. Not a statement per se, but boxing scene reached out to Eddie Hearn.
Yeah.
And asked Eddie Hearn, what's the situation, clarify it. And he said that it was a free fight contract with Chris Eubank Jr. So they had that nonsense one. Jetta. This one. And they said they're well within their rights if Eubank wants to leave and terminate the contract if we lost the purse bid. That was part of the contract deal or whatever, which is ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
But I'll say something else ridiculous. I'm shocked that Eddie Hearn would only sign Eubank to a free fight contract. Don't that surprise you? Eubank Jr. Why would you not get him on a 10-fight contract?
Let's be fair, yeah. We've heard, from more than one party that English is a tough dude to negotiate with, and he doesn't play ball. He makes his rules as he goes along.
Do you think he might have agreed to a free fight contract?
That's why it's a free fight contract.
You think? So you don't think Eddie Hearn would want him to sign a bigger contract?
Yeah, but let's be fair.
Chief support in a recent pay-per-view. Why would you?
I'm not gonna drop no names, but how many times have you heard about Eubanks being tough as hell with stuff like this?
Junior.
And being unprofessional.
Sorry, senior.
Yeah, and I'm being unprofessional about this.
No comment.
There you go. You get my point. What I'm shocked at more than anything, though, is that, okay, one, just because you won a purse bid, the fight doesn't have to happen.
Yeah.
So why must you leave? In my opinion, no, I think Nick Back was a good fighter. I think he's really, really good. You know, I like him. But right now, he's the British champion. Yeah. Chris Eubank is on a world stage.
He's mandatory for Danny Jacobs' belt.
Exactly. Or you can say you want to fight, but you don't want to fight. Yeah, that's it. You don't have to fight. Just because you want a purse bid, it doesn't make you, or the board will just remove you from the ranking and say you didn't take the fight or you couldn't negotiate or whatever. So there's no reason to leave Matchroom, and there's no reason to make a big issue about it. Yes, Nick Backer will want the fight and he deserves the fight because he's the 2 ranked contenders. But if you always have, so let me get it right. Every time you've got British rankings, you always got fighters at the top of the rankings that are world class that do not fight their peers. That are number 2, number 3, number 4, because the guys behind them are not up to scratch.
Yeah, Kawasaki Froch. Happens all the time. I think there's more to this. Barry Hearn jumped on Twitter, and they said, Barry Hearn was saying to someone, and it was very nice of Barry Hearn to chirp in, I thought he wasn't going to, but someone said, well, Eubank's obviously left because of money, and with all due respect, if he's on a huge pay-per-view card, why is he not getting pay-per-view money? Something along those lines, someone said. Yeah. And Barry Hearn replied back and said, well, he's not getting pay-per-view money because he's not a pay-per-view fighter. That person then chirped back and said, none of the fighters on the card are pay-per-view. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think there could be something where he's on his contract money, and he might not have got pay-per-view money for that recent card. And that card supposedly done 450,000 pay-per-view, which is enormous. Enormous. More than Martinez Cotto, people. That's enormous. You know what I mean? We're talking 4 times more than GGG Lamu.
Okay, you're talking about the same as Mayweather Bell.
Exactly. So if he's just got his contract money and not got pay-per-view money on top, that could be, again, we're just chucking ideas out, that could be a problem.
If you got a contract and you have your contractual minimum, whatever card you go on, you get your contracted minimum. Yeah? If you got option for pay-per-view numbers in your contract, then you get options. If it's not in your contract, you don't get it.
That's the thing.
The old friends in boxing, you only get what you negotiate. Yeah, so that might be a fault on the Eubank side, saying they didn't put in the contract, not realising there was going to be this big card down the line.
And there's obviously been rumours of Dylan White getting paid $500,000. Guarantee you now, people, Chris Eubank Jr. ain't on $500,000 a fight. He ain't on that kind of money a fight.
No way.
Do you know what I mean? So
no way.
If he's thinking I'm chief support and Dylan White's getting $500,000, I'm supposed to be the sign to you guys and the new kid on the block. I think it's money issues.
Okay, but I'll tell you this right now, It's all good saying you will go free agency, but look, there's problems with Hennessy. Hennessy and Eubanks had problems, didn't get along. Frank was working with them, and Frank said that, look, these guys are tough to deal with, know what I mean, when they're working with Hennessy. And now Matchroom, that's three marquee UK promoters.
But you've left out the biggest one. You know where he's going to go to, the States, PBC all day long.
That's what I'm about to say.
He's a huge name in the middleweight division right now. Danny Jacobs mentioned him on Showtime, saying, we've got the Chris Eubank. So he mentioned all of them. He didn't even mention Billy Joe Saunders, by the way. He mentioned Chris Eubank is my manager. I'm telling you now, the middleweight division is thin for stars.
When Eubank Jr. goes to America, who's he going to stay with?
Mayweather.
And who's Mayweather's best friend? Uncle Al.
Telling you now, listen, don't be shocked to see Chris Eubank, PBC. I mean, let's be honest. They've signed Frampton, Amir Khan, The Girl, Selby. Amir Khan, I'd give us a bigger name, but The Girl, even though he's got a bigger title, isn't a bigger name in America. Because the name Eubank.
The name. I'm not gonna lie. I think The Girl, even though it was a good performance, I think he lost points on that The Girl on that Butte fight. I think he definitely lost points on that Butte fight.
America's like nothing more than excitement. Eubank jumping over the ring, all the charisma, all the showmanship. There's fights out there already from in the division. I can already see a fight between him and.
I see an announcement for PBC in January. 100%.
Agreed.
Yeah. If the contract's definitely over and it's definitely been, there's no legal ramifications.
For Senior to mention it, and for Eddie and Barry to kind of then just say,
on Twitter, all places.
On Twitter, telling you now, Senior, as much as we say he's a showman and he's outgoing, he's smart. He's been around the boxing game for 30 years now. There's something on the table. You don't terminate a contract with the biggest promoter in Europe if you haven't got something lined up.
Here's the thing about it, like I said, as much as we said that, as much as I said that Eubank is a tough guy in negotiating from what stories you've heard and whatever, like you said, he's been in the game for 30 years. He's mostly been shafted himself. This is his son, that's why he sticks to him side by side, even though over time it takes the shine away, but he knows when he sees I wouldn't say a snake in the grass, I'm not saying that's Matchroom, but he knows when things are not going to his favour, when to jump. Alright then, let's move forward. And let's go with the WBC's ruling on GGG vs Canelo. So let's go back a little back history. The WBC stripped Cotto of the title because he wouldn't pay basically £1 million, 800,000 that was supposed to go to GGG because he wouldn't agree to make it a mandatory for his next fight to go ahead. Yeah. So now the fight supposed to be guaranteed, no jokes, Canelo GGG.
Yes.
For whatever reason, correct or not correct, Canelo did not want the fight now, or he wanted to bring GGG down in weight.
Yes.
There was no negotiation. The WBC sent over some intermediary to negotiate on both sides of the parties. Now it's turned out that they're going to allow both fighters to have one fight in between to build the fight, to build it up. Before we talk about that, shouldn't Cotto be suing the WBC right now because you tried to strip all the belt to mandatories that I make sure I sign this fight next, and now you're giving Canelo opportunity to have another fight?
Yeah, 100%. If Cotto has paid out anything in terms of step aside money, I want my money back.
Yeah,
I'm money back right now because you're giving Canelo a chance of step aside money.
Yeah, I'm trying to say,
for free.
For free.
Yeah.
If Canelo wants to fight as a middleweight champion and weigh at 155, that is fine. You cannot force your other guys to come in at once, come down. It's a mandatory fight. Yeah?
Agreed.
Now, if you want to do a joint fight together and put it on the same card to build it or whatever, that makes business sense. I'm trying to say, and even though I don't want that to happen, I want the fight now, I understand the plans behind it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, go back to what I said last week, all the sanctioning bodies have lost credibility in the past month or so because they were always in my bad books, but now, and they're in the basement, but now it's silly now. There is no consistency. I don't care about the actual fight, I care about the rules. You know what I mean? Because like I said, this is our sport, we're supposed to protect our sport. You're making our sport a mockery and taking big money off fighters for no reason.
With the WBC, they're in a kind of a tough position here, and the tough position is because they've let Cotto get away with 2 or 3 defenses against nobodies, and they've let him fight in weird catchweight fights. So for Canelo and his team, they're gonna, and rightly so, they're gonna say, well, you've given Cotto all the leeway here. We want a bit of leeway ourselves and a bit of leverage.
But this is what I'm trying to say though. Daniel Gill agreed to come in at 157. Martinez agreed to come in a little bit light. They agreed. GC, I don't want to agree because it's a mandatory fight. So like I say, it's what you get what you negotiate. If you negotiate and you want to do it, as much as we didn't agree with it when Cotto done it, the other fighters agreed to it in the terms of the contract.
Yeah, whereas GGG's not agreeing for nothing.
He said, why am I going to agree to it for? I'm the best middleweight in the world right now. I have the legit credibility right now. You've got
3 belts.
Yeah, exactly. Come fight me.
Yeah. Look, WBC more than anything just want to see the fight as much as we do. Regardless of what you say, they just want to see the fight. It helps them. So if they have to kind of piggyback and smile when, gonna shake a few hands behind closed scenes to get it done, I'm just happy to get it done.
Yeah.
To be honest, it sounds like it will be done now. It sounds like there's rumours that Canelo, the next fight is gonna be like 158, 159. Believe it or not. So if he can go 150, 159 against anybody, and then feel good, we've got a big fight summertime, and that's all we want really. We want big fights. I didn't expect it to happen. Did you really expect it to happen next anyway?
No, I didn't. No, I knew there'd be some sort of problem. I knew there'd be a problem, but it's just inconsistency what winds me up. The thing about it as well, like, I'm not lying. I'm not saying this, I think Canelo has the overall skill sets to give GGG problems. No, I didn't say he's gonna win. I said give him problems.
I'm gonna have to convince you like I did.
Remember
that Limu video? Remember that Limu video where you change your mind on the spot?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do the same thing to you. You say that in the video.
But I'm just saying. But I mean, I think it's a really good fight.
That's the boogeyman, boy. But that is the boogeyman. When was the last time you've seen a boogeyman since that? Pacquiao? I don't think Pacquiao was a boogeyman like that. No, this guy is a boogeyman. People are refusing to go up and wait to fight him. People are just Even Danny Jacobs yesterday, Billy Joe Saunders is a good fight for me. Andy Lee, that's my GG. Well, we gotta speak to my team. Al Haye. What? You just said you'll fight bloody Andy Lee and Eubank. Now it's all of my team.
I don't know who the last boogeyman was.
Mate, this is a boogeyman, and it's because he looks like a choir boy. It's even more scary.
See, the thing about Paul Williams and that, they were scary, but they've got fights.
They've all got fights. Yeah. I've never seen someone get avoided to the point where people. Lemieux felt one jab, didn't want it.
That's a good question. I'm gonna think about that.
Last boogeyman. Guys, the last boogeyman in boxing. Let us know.
I need to think about that one.
Yeah. Even Kovalev gets the fights.
Yeah.
Adonis Stevenson's the only fighter that's like, and that's not. I can't think of someone literally no one really wants a piece of.
let's move on. A couple of quick bits here. George Groves is now going to fight Andrea De Lucia.
Yeah, never heard of him.
That's what we told. You know, we're waiting for an opponent.
Yeah.
We're waiting for. That's what we got. No more to be said on that.
Never heard of him. What I will say though, he came out in a few comments and he said, "Oh, Adam Booth, abandoned me and betrayed me and let me down." I'm thinking, even if Adam Booth did, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, we're talking about it now.
Why is it even discussed?
Yeah.
You've had a trainer for 2-3 fights since then. Yeah, 3 fights since then.
George
Groves needs to just pipe down. And
George Groves needs a sports psychologist.
Yeah,
that's what he needs. And we said it previously.
Yeah, big time.
That's what he needs.
It's funny because remember in the gloves are off.
Yeah,
Carl Froch admitted, I've got a sports psychologist.
Yeah,
and he admitted it, and I like that. Maybe that's an age thing or a man thing. He said, I admit it. We speak and we talk. Yeah. George Groves kind of laughed it off like, you know what I mean? We need one for me.
Yeah.
You need one, George.
Nah, he definitely needs one.
You need one.
All right then. Good news for Steve Goodwin. His promotional aspect will be providing the undercard for David Haye versus Demori.
Well done.
Yeah,
that is good news.
That card, I heard rumours it might be on TV, ITV.
Okay.
Yeah, but good way to actually get your fighters out there and get a little TV time.
I think it's good for any of the British promoters. I'm very much fed up of just Sky Sports just doing Matchroom now. Yeah. I mean, when this exclusive Matchroom deal thing they've got with me makes me feel sick because it literally crushes all these other guys. Crushes them. Yeah. I mean, even Frank Warren's hanging on by a thread. You know what I mean? Trying to get the big fights. It just crushes them, and I don't know why Sky Sports would do this. Like I tweeted the other day and I said, look, I get that Billy Joe Saunders, Andy Lee is on Box Nation.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
But come on, Sky. There's a British world title fight. Mention it. I mean, sorry, world title fight between two Brit guys. They done no mention of that fight at all.
When it comes to UK boxing, Matchroom and Frank Warren seem to be the other two major ones. But like I said, you've got other fighters and other entities and other promotions that get zero credit, and their fighters are struggling.
Yeah, big time.
Like you keep mentioning
Dave Coldwell.
No, Dave. You keep Ian Lewison. I'm trying to say, these guys.
I don't think he's even a fighter anymore. I went on his Twitter page, and all I'm seeing is pictures of naked ladies. Kid you not. So I tweeted something. Yeah. I deleted my tweet because I thought, I'm getting embarrassed. I don't see naked. I don't know if he's even fighting anymore.
No, but you got when you got fighters out there, and I'm trying to say that had commercial contracts or got contracts, and they're getting no TV time, no publicity, no matter how good they are. Yeah. Obviously, we know a few fighters that are in those camps, and I'm trying to say, and they can't get fights.
Can't get fights.
You know what I mean? Or they get fights and say, oh right, man, trying to get a couple tickets we make. Because they got nowhere to go.
And that's when these kind of fighters then take fights on 4 weeks notice. Yeah. They get smoked. And people are like, they're rubbish.
They're rubbish.
They took a fight on 4 weeks notice. They have to try and cut 20 pounds in 4 weeks, but they take the fight because they need the fight.
John Pascal and Sergey Kovalev agreed to a 50k KO bet. Yeah. Now, considering Pascal lost by KO in the last fight, and Kovalev's a noted puncher, not trying to say anything, but do you think Pascal now seen his faults? He's with Freddie Roach and thinks he's got way to get back into this fight. Is there go by knockout?
Is there points? Is there VADA testing or USADA testing for this fight?
They're supposed to be.
That's the only way Pascal's knocking out Kovalev. It's the only way. It's the only way. I've not seen. I don't. Unless Kovalev, and I've seen it with some people. I've seen it in fights where they underestimate an opponent so much. That's the only way. He landed a couple of good shots on Kovalev, and Kovalev shook him off. Yeah. See, here's the thing about it. You train with Roy Jones. You've been in the ring with good fighters all your career. You've been with Chad Dawson, been with Froch. You've been with all good fighters for your whole career. Now you got Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach is known as an aggressive trainer. Had Freddie Roach saw him and said, look, this is what you're always missing out on. This is what you're always doing. This is what you're always making this fault for. Here's how you can win this fight. Because it's not saying I could outpoint you, I could outbox you. Because points wise, it was a good fight up until around 6 when he got caught.
When he got caught and he got hurt when he did the leg. To make a bet for 50k means you want to go into a firefight with a firefighter. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which means he sees something.
Don't get me wrong, look, Pascal hits you, it's going to hurt.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's not a knockout artist though, by any stretch of the imagination. And I think Roach is so overrated now, it's scary. He's a promoter. You know, when he loses, Roach gets no stick. You know what I mean? No stick. Oh, Pacquiao's going to beat me over. No stick. Cotter's going to no stick. Yeah. And it's like, well, You just have to get some stick.
No, he does seem to dodge a bullet quite a lot.
Yeah, Amir Khan got knocked out by Garcia. Everyone's forgot that.
Yeah.
Or Roach. Roach, that was you. You trained all these guys.
Yeah.
But
you know Roach is a turncoat, because as soon as the fighter leaves him, he will slate them, you know.
Destroy them.
He destroys them.
You know what I mean?
Remember how Amir Khan was so great, Amir Khan was, and then soon he left, he got knocked out by Pacquiao like 500 times in the sparring.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
Cotto should retire after the Pacquiao defeat. Oh, well, we've got him now. Now he's a great fighter.
Yeah.
Forget Roach, please.
Alright then. Roy Jones said he's not retiring, basically.
Yeah.
He's coming back. You promised last week that if Roy Jones doesn't retire, you're going to go find him.
Yeah, I got my American visa.
Yeah.
He's in Russia now, actually, isn't he?
Yeah, he's Russian now.
Pass.
Yeah?
Ain't going Russia. Ain't going Russia. No chance.
Listen, yeah. If Roy fights again, regardless who he fights, he's getting knocked out.
It's funny because if it was, I don't know why people will go and watch. I almost want to say, like, in football matches, sometimes you don't really watch football that much, but they have this bit where crowds either refuse to go, or like after 17 minutes they do this like walk out kind of protest thing. And that's it. It looks half empty. It's like, wow, you made an impact. People are still gonna go and watch Roy.
Yeah.
Especially if he fights in Russia, in Europe, in Germany, anywhere there.
Roy could fight a total novice and get a winnings record. I would accept that. But if he fights anyone close to a ranking, I watched the fight again this week. Yeah. I mean, it was sad.
That's the problem, though. What you just said there. Yeah. You said he can fight anyone, and you accept that. No. Just to get a win. No, but why would you even accept him fighting anyone?
No. Okay, I don't want Roy to fight at all. But I'm saying that he wants to go out on the win. He's not going to go out on a loss.
Why?
You know this already. He's not going to go out on a loss. Yeah. That was sickening. He needs to call it a day.
I don't know.
All right then. Andy Joshua's going to get a tough test in April, says Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn threatened the name Derek Chisora.
Yeah. Chisora
said, nah, not really interested. I've got my own path, so that's okay. Then they mentioned the winner of Hernandez versus Tepa. If it goes ahead early, which I don't think will happen, it's not enough time. Who is a tough test for Joshua right now that they can get?
Not only that they can get, bear in mind he's now fought pay-per-view twice, so it's a pay-per-view fight again, it will be. Who's a test that can sell, that make you worthy of paying £21 to watch? Malik Scott.
Yeah, you've been on Malik Scott all week.
That's the only one, and they'll do that, and you know what they'll do? They'll show little cuts of him coming into the ring, and them two having a little argy-bargy. Malik Scott's a tough fight for Anthony Joshua, by the way. I'll tell you that now. Yes. Malik Scott's experience, forget the people that people say he got knocked out by Deontay Wilder. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he fell or knocked out. And the Chisora thing, regardless of that, Malik Scott experience could be very similar, and people might shout at me for saying this, to Tony Thompson Price. It could be that. It could be like that. No, honestly, it could be like that where, don't get me wrong, Tony Thompson's so high.
Yeah, but Malik Scott can't punch.
No, he can't punch, but sometimes you don't need to. No, you don't need the power. All you got to do is, it's all about time. You said it all the time. Yeah. And the way Joshua loads, you can just tag him slowly, and it could take effect.
Yeah. But I think Joshua learned that fight, because I said after round 5, he adjusted and showed much more. So I think he's gone for that learning curve now. We won't know to his next fight, but I think we saw the better Joshua of what we're going to see in the future after round 5.
You said that, and my argument always is that Dillian Whyte got shattered in terms of tired. Dillian Whyte looked so tired after round 5 as well.
In defence of Dillian Whyte, he was injured. He had a shoulder operation this week.
I think he says that, and I'll be honest with you. I've watched that fight like 20 times.
He didn't look injured to me.
I think he got injured when he fell. I've always said that. The way he fell in the ropes, I think that's why he got injured. I'm not having it, because I'm not having that. I'm not having that.
Yeah, I'm not saying he was injured. He said he got injured the second round. Like when you, I don't think so.
Not having that.
Yeah,
not having that. But from what I watched that fight sometimes, I can't tell unless I don't know. They say the adrenaline's really pumping and whatever. So, but I think Malik Scott. Someone tweeted out Tony Thompson. I said stay away from that for now.
Yeah, Tony Thompson did lose a few weeks.
He lost to Malik Scott.
Malik Scott.
It was Malik Scott. Yeah, he lost to Malik Scott. But Tony Thompson still got a little pops.
I
will say one thing about Joshua is that that this will be his 15th fight. Yeah. And we're already talking about Malik Scott, Tony Thompsons of the world. Yeah. That's progression.
No, it is progression.
I think I think it's far too soon. I think, Eddie Hearn has made a rod for his own back here. He's made him a pay-per-view star after 13 fights. That's a problem. Yeah. That's a big problem. And now already, you can't say, Eddie Hearn then can't say, well, he's only had 15 fights, guys. You can't tell it because you're charging us £21 to watch him. Yeah. So you've now got to give us marquee fights. But really and truly, Someone like Joshua, 15 fights. Guys, go and look at who Lennox Lewis fought in the 15th fight. Go and look at Mike Tyson. I know boxing's changed, but go and look at Vladimir Klitschko fought in the 15th fight. Go and look at all these fights.
Lewis fought Gary Mason around 16, 17.
No, I think it was later, you know. I think it was later. And that's for British title fight. That was what this was.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He didn't then go and fight King Kong after.
No, but Gary Mason was undefeated.
Gary Mason was undefeated, so was Dylan White.
And was about 35 and
35 and 0. But
yeah.
I looked at his record the other day, it was 32 nobodies and then 3. Yeah. That's what he just fought recently, Dylan White. Unbeaten, bit of anger, bit of animosity. Don't know.
David, to stick with Anthony Joshua, David Haye said this week that his speed and technique is enough to beat Anthony Joshua.
Agreed.
Huh?
Agreed.
Yeah?
Yeah, agreed.
Agreed 3 years ago. I'm really interested to see what David Haye's got when he comes back in January. I think Demori is going to be is a hand-picked opponent made for David Haye. And I'm trying to say he's got a ranking, so it sounds good on paper. But I've said this before, David Haye picks his spots well, but he's not a very big heavyweight. I think Joshua's a new breed, and if he was to fight Joshua, he needs to fight him sooner than later.
Yeah, but I just feel like
Joshua opted to be caught by David Haye. Yeah, I'm not saying, but we're talking about David Haye 3 years ago. A David Haye that was looking gassed and tired in round 3 with Derek Chisora.
Agreed. He did look tired.
Let's be fair. We watched that fight together and we were like, guess what? Chisora might even catch him, and then David Haye came out of nowhere with that shot. But David Haye looked really tired.
I think that's the speed and explosiveness he's talking about.
But I'm saying that David Haye looked very, very tired after 3 rounds.
He did look very, very tired. But like you say, 3.5 years, shoulder operation.
Exactly.
Talking about retiring, not retiring. Yeah. So it'll be good to see where he's mentally.
Rumours of needing money to come back. That's why he's back.
Everyone needs money.
Rumours that he really needs money.
Okay.
Really needs money. I mean, that's not the best motivation.
Like Brook, like me.
That's not the.
You mean like that's 100 quid money?
Yeah, that's not how much you need to come back in the ring.
Yeah.
All right then.
Did you see what he said about Tyson Fury, David Haye? I think yesterday.
Yeah, he said Tyson Fury is not in it for the glory. He only wants money or something like that.
He's not in it for the titles.
He's not in it for the titles.
He only wants the money. I think
it's money.
Who doesn't want the money?
Like,
what are we talking about here now?
Listen, David Haye is the biggest turncoat in boxing right now.
Unbelievable.
Seriously. Yeah, he was saying this stuff about, I'll never fight Fury, I'll never do this, I'll never do that. Soon as Fury won, he's kissing Fury's ass now, basically begging for a fight. He's upset that Fury said no.
It's unbelievable.
He's upset.
Yeah.
That's all
I'd like to know how his ticket sales are doing.
Who?
David Haye for the Demori fight, which is less than 3 weeks, people.
Yeah, less than 3 weeks. No, I tell you, I don't think it'd be a good ticket sale.
I don't think so. I think O2 Arena is a big arena to sell, 20,000.
Right after Christmas as well.
Yeah.
Right after Christmas.
Oh, we're interested.
Yeah.
Unless he makes them real cheap.
Yeah.
Like £10 cheap. Like, you know, like you get the £10 bleacher, what are they called?
Yeah.
But so far away, I can't remember the terms.
The thing about it, I would go, and I'm trying to say, but I'll be going more for the undercard than the main event, because I'm telling you right now, this fight's not lasting 2 rounds.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with that? Heavyweight fight? I don't want to watch a heavyweight fight for 12 rounds.
But I know it's not a real fight.
Why?
Because David's gonna blow this guy out.
It's like every other heavyweight though.
Nah, that's it. I want to watch a fight that's gonna be competitive.
But if he's not fought for 3.5 years, who do you want him to go in there with? King Kong?
That's what I'm gonna watch. Ricky Burns' manager says that we're gonna get a title shot early next year with Flanagan.
Oh, with Flanagan?
Yeah,
he said. Because they assume Flanagan's gonna beat Bradley that easy.
Frank Warren shot that down in about 20 minutes. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's not happening.
Nothing.
Especially after the legal case.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Ricky Burns has now said that he wants Eubank Jr, the guys that beat
Luke Campbell
last week. Jumping on his stable mates. Loss. When people start releasing loads of press statements, all in a short period of time, something's going on.
And what do you mean?
I don't know. It's like,
what do you mean, desperation? What do you mean?
Yeah. Something. I don't know.
But we know.
We know when people start. Every day you get a press release. To be
fair to Ricky Burns, though, he's not hidden what's happening to him financially.
No, he's not.
You know what I mean? He's been open and says, I am done. Financially broke. You know what I mean? So I don't blame him for wanting to get these big money fights. They're not really big money fights, but to get fights. Yeah. You know what I mean? We talk about fighters been on the undercard recently. He's been on the undercard. He's been like so far away, hidden on undercards. You don't even know he's fighting.
Lenny Dawes gets his rematch with Nito.
You know what? Mick Hennessy's obviously got this Tyson Fury money right now. Yeah. Because he's won the bloody Eubank thing. Yeah. He's got the Lenny Dawes rematch.
Yeah. Not bad at all. Yeah. And Hopkins wants Chudinov.
Hopkins still wants to fight.
Yes, he wants to tune enough.
Which one?
The one with the title. Super middleweight.
Don't do it, Hopkins.
Yeah?
Don't do
I think it's a bad fight for Hopkins style-wise.
Yeah, this guy's got too much gas tank.
Yeah, busy as well.
Yeah.
Busy.
It's a really bad fight.
Yeah.
He must want someone that's going to stay in and trade with him.
Yeah.
This guy will just move around and dart around. It's just too much. You can't fight that guy at 50.
Nah.
You think about what you're asking to do here.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you, that Tudor's a little machine.
And he's going to be 51 soon, Hopkins.
Yeah,
I don't think his birthday's in January.
January, yeah.
He's 51, retire. Yeah. Just focus on Golden Boy and make it a better stable.
All right then. Last bit of news, and we're gonna Uncle Al's.
Have you seen this? Before you jump at that last bit of news, have you seen the hashtag? Oh, I can't remember what it is. Eddie something. Peter Fury. You know, Peter Fury has been on to Eddie this week. Have you not seen the tweets between them? Guys, if you can, go on Peter Fury's Twitter timeline, and he is on to Eddie Hearn. I think something about Eddie Hearn's taken plaudits for the Klitschko Fury fight and putting it together. And Peter Fury was like, no, you haven't. And he actually put Eddie Hearn in the tweets.
Yeah.
We've 100% dealt with Mick Hennessy and Mick Hennessy only. Stop taking credit for things that aren't yours. He said, now you're going to start taking credit for... Let me guess, he said, you put together Mayweather Pacquiao. Yeah. He said, yeah. So now everyone's done hashtag thank you Eddie, like, man landed on the moon, thank you Eddie.
I like that.
Bro, Peter Fury has really crushed Eddie Hearn.
I like Peter Fury.
Love him.
I like Peter Fury.
Love him.
Yeah. Nice guy as well.
Oh,
yeah,
fantastic.
nice
Humble.
Yeah.
But you know there's killers in them.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. You know, he reminds me of Peter Fury. What's the guy from Taken?
Liam Neeson.
He reminds me of Liam Neeson, where he's softly spoken. Yeah. But you get on the wrong side of him.
Yeah.
And you're gunners.
All right then. The match between Glasgow and Martin for the now vacant IBF heavyweight title has been won by Warriors Promotions.
For quite some good money though, I saw it.
Yeah.
Like 1 point something. Good money.
What do you think of that so far?
I think it's embarrassing to boxing.
No, not embarrassing. But what do you think about Warriors Promotion winning that? Who does Warriors Promotion put their fights through right now?
PBC.
PBC.
Yeah.
Which means
you're upset about this.
Uncle Al is going to have another world title against a substandard opponent, which he's going to line up for a unification match
with
Deontay Wilder mid 2015, and he's going to bypass Povetkin. I'm telling you that right now.
Ryan's got a few right this year.
Got more than a few right.
I don't go that far.
Yeah.
Got a few right.
Telling you right now, yeah. Warrior Promotion. Warrior Promotion.
Martin's record.
I've seen him fight 4 or 5 times. I'm like, this guy's not ready for a world title.
His record is abysmal. People destroyed Joshua having a high WBC ranking. This guy's record, he fought. What's this British guy?
Oh yeah,
Tom Dallas.
Yeah, Tom Dallas. I watched that
2 fights ago.
I watched that fight.
He fought Tom Dallas 2 fights ago.
I watched that fight. I'm telling you right now, yeah. Warrior Promotions is literally a subsidiary for Al Heyman and getting a promotions license. Yeah. This is a disgrace. It's getting worse. Forget the IBF, and I'm trying to say this is all a setup. I'm telling you. It's like a conspiracy theory. Seriously.
Yeah. And to be fair, our fight promoter of the year last year, she's in it as well.
Of course she's in
it now. She knows she has to work or get sunk.
Yeah, no fight next week. It's Christmas next week.
It is Christmas, so we are going to eat and get drunk and then go gym and try and lose it all.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan.
Put on a stone and try and lose a stone. That's the way it works.
Put on a stone, change to muscle.
Yeah, try and change muscle. So we'll try.
Alright then. Guys, we do have another video this week for you guys, which should be the end of year show.
Yes, no, we will 100% have this video.
Yeah, once I look at the list, I don't know where to start.
So guys, think about all your stuff. So this year, promoter of the year,
knockout of the year, knockout of the year,
upset of the year, and then all the big fights you want to see for 2016. I done a little poll on Twitter the other day, and I said, what are the 4 fights? So the 4 I had was Rigo Lomachenko, Kovalev Ward, Brook, Canelo GGG, and so far the 2 runaway favourites are Canelo GGG and Brook.
Okay.
I thought Kovalev Ward would be higher.
No, because Ward's got no hype right now. Ward ain't fought no one.
What's the fight you want to see next year? The biggest fight? Think of all the fights you can possibly make. You can make one fight. What fight is it?
Just to end the beef, Brook.
Brook, the fight you want to see.
Yeah, no, it's just to end the beef. They need to settle it.
You think about it, so for Eddie Hearn, if Dylan White Joshua can do 400,000 pay-per-view buys, it does beg the question, how much pay-per-view buys Froch Groves did?
Yeah, it does.
But what think Brook could do $1 million?
No, I heard Froch Groves done something like 800,000.
Think Brook could do $1 million?
Yeah.
Could do $1 million, isn't it?
Could do $1 million.
That's huge.
Could do $1 million.
Who wins right now? Right now.
It's a draw.
There you go, guys. The last episode this week in boxing for 2015, but thank you, like Ryan said, for watching all the episodes. We try and give it to you raw and real and as honest as we can, so much appreciate people that respect that and honour that.
Yeah.
We do. We don't hold back.
Yeah.
You know, we don't hold back at all anymore. We actually don't have any favourites anymore. We do not hold back.
No, like I said, yeah.
I'm actually nervous to go to my next interview. I might not get no interviews. I'm actually nervous to go and start interviewing again about you.
Yeah.
What you said about me? So I'm gonna have to try and be nice for 2016, boy.
Yeah. Nah. Well, we're gonna try and get back out there next year, though.
100% we're gonna get back out there. We've just been busy, work.
Yeah.
We're trying to get a few things
New
sorted
job
now.
for me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're trying to get things sorted. So we will be out there interviewing and asking the questions you guys want answered. Because a few guys out there right now are kind of nervous with their questions.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
But it's been a good year.
Been a good year. Enjoy it.
Now, be back first week of January.
There you go, guys.
Yeah, this show.
Peace. Remember, subscribe, tweet, share, like. Thanks a lot for watching us this year. Peace.